All right, from Robert Reich, from his Facebook page, 20 Signs of Impending Tyranny. He writes, as tyrants take control of democracies, tyrants take control of democracies. They typically, here's the list. 1, demand personal loyalty from all appointees. 2, organize military parades and other choreographed shows of force. 3, threaten to fire independent prosecutors who get too close to the truth. 4, they spread conspiracy theories about deep state forces seeking to oust the tyrant. 5, they refer to top-ranking military leaders as my generals. 6, they threaten to jail political opponents. 7, they claim to have won an election by a landslide even after losing the popular vote. 8, they stoke tensions abroad, even the specter of nuclear war, to distract from the tyrant's efforts to consolidate power at home. 9, they circumvent the independent press and communicate directly with their followers. 10, they vilify judges and legislators who are critical of their regime. 11, they repeatedly claim massive voter fraud in the absence of any evidence in order to restrict voting in future elections. 12, they turn the public against journalists or media outlets that criticize the regime, calling them deceitful and scum. Number 13, they repeatedly tell big lies, causing the public to doubt the truth and to believe fictions that support the tyrant's goals. 14, they blame economic stresses on immigrants or racial or religious minorities and foment public bias and hatred against them. 15, they threaten mass deportations, registries of religious minorities, and the banning of refugees. 16, they attribute acts of domestic violence to enemies within and use such events as excuses to beef up internal security and limit civil liberties. Number 17, they appoint family members to high positions of authority. Number 18, they draw no distinction between personal property and public property, profiteering from public office. Number 19, they make personal alliances with foreign dictators, but express indifference, if not defiance, toward leaders of democracies. And number 20, they maintain a powerful propaganda arm that claims to be fair and balanced, but only amplifies the tyrant's lies and accusations. Gee, I wonder who he was using as a model. I think Fox News should be shut down. I really do. And that has nothing to do with the First Amendment. That has to do with an arm of totalitarian propaganda that is serving no positive function in what's left of this democratic republic whatsoever. Why, and I ask this question legitimately, why should there be allowed to exist a propaganda organization within a democracy that seeks to destroy that democracy, that seeks to pollute it, that seeks to corrupt it, that seeks to bring it down. Why should that organization be allowed to exist? It's a fair question. Why would you or I allow, for example, in our families, supposing we have a nice family, mom, dad, sis, Junior, the dog, and everybody's a good American, and everybody respects each other within the family, and it's a very nice little family unit. But then somebody shows up and says, you're going to have to put this person in your home. It's just the way it is. And you say, yeah, but they say, no, you have to take the person in. Okay, so you bring the person in, and that person, that new arrival, starts to undermine all the connections among your family. You know, the dog should go because it occasionally shits on the carpet. The daughter, sis, well, you better watch out for her. She might be dealing dope. The son, Junior, he's really queer. Mom's turning tricks on the side. Dad's out getting laid in whorehouses. So this person throws all that shit at the family. And the family is like, no, none of that is true. None of that is true. But the person keeps throwing it. And you want to say to that person, get out of our house. But you can't because, well, there's some rule about everybody has a right to say what they want. In my house? Yeah, in everybody's house. That's just the way this particular society is run. So the person stays in your house. You can't get rid of him. And he undermines your family. Next thing you know, you don't have to get rid of the dog. The dog just takes off. The dog is tired of being kicked and screamed at and leaves. No more dog. Sis, after being accused over and over and over again of being a drug dealer, says fuck it and starts shooting up heroin. Well, if I'm going to be accused, Junior, poor Junior. Poor Junior. Junior commits suicide because, you know, being queer, can't have that. Mom winds up in a mental institution. And Dad just disappears. And the person that was put in that family, after everybody's gone, dead, in a mental institution, disappeared, that person sits in the house and says, well, I didn't do anything. I have a right to say anything I want. They did it. I didn't say that the daughter had to commit suicide. I didn't say the son had to, whatever happened. I didn't say the mom had to wind up in a mental institution. I am just sitting here doing what the law allows me to do. Talking shit. Or is that a poor example? That's how I see Fox News. Or Fox Channel, the Fox sewer. That's exactly what they do. Every single thing they do is destructive to this society. So why in the hell are they allowed to continue? They're allowed to continue because we have a First Amendment. And we could always delete them from our cable channel lineup. I mean, we can't get them off because Sinclair Broadcasting insists on pumping them into your house, no matter what the fuck you might think. But of course, you don't have to turn them on. You just don't have to turn them on. But supposing you're just kind of a weak-kneed, jellyfish kind of Republican, you don't know which way is up, your life has just been shit up to this point, and all of a sudden the tyrant comes along and says, well, I'm going to make you strong. I'm going to make you a man. I'm going to put money in your paycheck. I'm going to make you strong and healthy and wise. Vote for me. And you do, and nothing happens. What do you do now? You vote for him again.